Hey everyone, let's wrap up August. August wasn't very productive on my side. I didn't read a lot and I didn't film many videos. We basically only had 2 discussions. We talked about giving 1 or 0 stars and what you think about that. And it was very interesting to read how you do that with the rating for the books you really don't like and you don't finish. And I still don't understand why people don't like to give 1 star to books they don't finish. I really don't think you need to finish a book to give it a I didn't like the book. Because for me, not finishing a book is a definite of I really don't like this. So, but that's just me. Thank you all for sharing your opinions and how you think about things. The other discussion we had was about getting recommendations from books or shows. That fiction recommends fiction. It was very interesting to hear which kind of books you bought because of books or which kind of books you like that mention a lot of books. I know we all love books about books. Thank you all for your input and love looking at the new books I heard about. Apart from those 2 discussions, I of course also uploaded my letter to August. So let's move on to the books. August wasn't a really good reading month. It's not that the amount of books I read wasn't good or enough. I don't really care about that. It's more that I didn't really love all the things I read or enjoy reading them. Let's start with the 2 books I reviewed. One is The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. This was a very interesting read, but reading it itself was very hard. I couldn't get into the writing. I really found the characters lagging and I don't know, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't captivating, and I was hoping for a captivating fast read when I picked it up, and I got stuck in all these depressing thoughts about the society and things that hold you back, and also how we ourselves hold us back. So, not a happy read, but a good book. The other book I put up a video review for is If You Meet the Buddha on the Road, Kill Him. And this is a book about psychotherapy and looking at it as a pilgrimage, and I really enjoyed the stories in it. It's from the 1970s and it's maybe not up to date. I don't know anything about psychotherapy, and this had some good ideas, maybe not the newest ones, like I said, 1970s, but it really helped me think about things a little bit. Others I ignored and found boring. It's an interesting read. I enjoyed it more than I expected. I've also reread 2 books in August. One was Soulless, the manga volume 1, and it's the first book in the Parasol Protectorate series in a manga format, and I really enjoy it, although I keep saying that I wouldn't recommend just reading the manga because a lot of the story that you get from the full book is implied here and not mentioned, so you get more of what's going on if you have read the book. But still, I really enjoy it. The second book I reread was also by Gail Carriger, How to Marry a Werewolf. And I just recently read it. It's a short novella about Channing from the Chesterfield Channings and how he falls in love for a change. And I really enjoyed this book like the first time. So pick it up if you have read all the other books, because it's kind of spoilery for a lot of the other books. I also finished listening to Crime and Punishment. That was an ordeal, I have to say that. It was 28 hours. I listened to the German version. It was really well done and I enjoyed the audiobook as it was done and how the book was read. What I didn't enjoy was the book itself. All in all, I think it's a crime fiction thing. I don't really like crime fiction. I get bored a lot by it. That's why I hardly ever read it. And Crime and Punishment didn't really have much else than psychological torment of the murderer and everything around. I don't know, maybe I missed the point, but I'm just not into crime fiction, and that was just too much crime fiction. I also decided to DNF a book in August. Cinderella Dressed in Ashes by Cameron Jace is the second book in the Grimm Diaries. The first book, Snow White, I enjoyed, but I did have some trouble with the story and with the writing, but it was still overall enjoyable. Cinderella Dressed in Ashes, the writing just got worse. It's only explaining things, everything. And some things I was just like, this is not rightly explained when it talked about the fairy tales and stuff. And I felt the author was over-explaining what was happening, and I really don't like if that is done. Also, the story, I just got bored, so halfway through I decided I'll just not waste any more time on this and read something else. And there we have it. That was August. August, I mostly spend a lot of time working. I'm still not settled in with the new position I have. It's a lot more complicated than I had expected. So September might be a little bit wonky on videos and reading as well. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll settle in next week and everything will turn out fine. Yeah, I don't think so either.